Welcome back to another video. I hope you guys are having an amazing day, feeling great. Today we're gonna get right into it because I don't want to waste your time. Today's YouTube video is all about how long will it take to see your abs, because I know a lot of people's main goal when it comes to their weight loss journey is of course to look and feel good, but it's important to also strive for something, you know, a feeling, but also a physical goal, what we can look towards. So I'm going to break down how long it will take to see your abs with simple math, and depending on where you are in your weight loss journey, how long you can expect, what kind of numbers you're working with, and how many pounds you need to lose, the daily steps, and etc. So, understanding your target body fat. Abs will come in anywhere in between, obviously 0% body fat, it's like basically dead. 1% body fat, that's like still dead. But anywhere until 13 to 15% body fat is where your abs are going to start getting revealed, depending on how long you've been training them. Of course, the more you've trained them, the more you've hit them, the higher the body fat percentage you're able to carry to still see them and have them visible. Just like biceps, right? Or like capped shoulders. The more you train a muscle, the bigger it gets, the more body fat percentage you're able to carry around that muscle for it to still be visible. That's why you could see guys that have been training for 15 plus years naturally, and they're able to put on a little bit more fat, but they still look defined, big, etc. because they have that muscle definition. They have that years of training behind them for their muscles to still be permanent? No. Pertainable? Anyway, showing. So yeah, like I said, between 13 to 15% body fat. Let's go to the average American, because America is pretty, out there with the body fat percentages. And the average American is around 28% body fat. So what I want you guys to understand is when it comes to body fat percentage, 1% body fat is equivalent, depending on a person, anywhere from 1.8 pounds to roughly 2.2 pounds. So on average, 2 pounds of fat is equivalent to 1% of body fat. So like I mentioned, the average American is around 28% body fat. And in order to get to that, let's just call it 12%, because that's a percentage where it's not like you're not dieting down for a show, but you're comfortable with it, you look good, your girl's kind of attracted to you, and you feel confident when you look at yourself in the mirror. So going from 28% to 12% in body fat is a 16% reduction in body fat percentage. So if we take our simple math of 28 to 12%, which is 16%, we need to lose 16% body fat. And like I said, 2 pounds of fat is roughly 1% of body fat. So 2 times 16, 32, there you go. You're good at math. 32 pounds of fat is what the average American, or somebody that is 28% body fat, needs to lose in order to have their abs visible, in order to be at that 12% body fat range. And remember, this is all going to vary differently for everybody, depending on how long you've been lifting, what your genetics are, what your muscle mass is, and etc. But that's like the main outlook. So now that I've told you, okay, you need to lose 32 pounds of fat, in order to get to that 12% body fat range. How long will this take? Well, for example, if you follow the standard procedure of losing 1 pound per week, how do you lose 1 pound per week? At a 500 calorie deficit. Let's say your maintenance calorie is 3,000 calories. You bring that down to 2,500, simple math here, and you're on your way to losing 1 pound a week. So now you might ask yourself, how long will it take ourselves? Well, from there, it's just simple math. All fat loss is it's overcomplicated by the fitness industry. Everybody wants to seem like some sort of expert. That's why I created this channel, just to break it down to you guys and give you it into the most simplest form. It's just basic grade, I think even grade 1 math. 500 calorie deficit will put you at losing a pound per week. 1 pound per week, you need to lose 32 pounds, 32 weeks. 32 weeks is roughly 7 months. So it will take you 7 months to lose those 32 pounds. Of course, if you have more fat, especially at the beginning, to lose, then you can go on a more aggressive calorie deficit, because then you don't really interfere with losing your muscles, feeling low on energy, because you have a lot of fat that your body can take energy from. And 28% body fat, for some of you that have been up there or are up there, you've got a chunk of, I don't want to say meat, but basically a chunk of fat that you can grab onto. So don't be afraid to bring your calorie deficit down even more to speed up the process. So, how are you going to do this? And what do you need to instill? What kind of mindset do you need to instill in order to achieve this? First things first, the most important thing is consistency. Whether it's going to take you, of course, if you're going to dial down to the T, then it's going to take you the 7 months. But, of course, humans aren't perfect. Some of us, it might take us 7 months, 32 weeks. Some of us might take 40 weeks, 50 weeks, and others it might take us 25 weeks. But the most important thing to recognize and remember is that as long as you're consistent, as long as you have this sort of mindset that, okay, I'm going to keep going, I'm not going to stop, I'm not going to give up until I've reached my desired goal. And then once I reach my desired goal, I'm going to implement this as a lifestyle. I'm not going to go back to my old ways, my old habits, and grow that 28% body fat gut again. Because in those 32 weeks, you are going to become a totally different person. Your mindset, your habits, your behaviors are going to totally change. Like when I started my fat loss journey, I didn't plan on becoming a different person. That was just the outcome of what happened. I made more consciously wiser food decisions. I started to actually understand what I was putting in my body and why I was putting it in my body. Of course, I still love my cheat meals. Anybody that tells you that you can't have cheat meals or that you have to give up your favorite foods in order to lose fat is lying to you. Right? We aren't some robots that have to eat a specific amount of food. Obviously, that would be the best, but humans aren't perfect. So don't be afraid to enjoy yourself. As long as you said, like I mentioned in other videos, you're mostly sticking to your diet 90% of the time, or not diet because I don't like calling it a diet, but as long as you're sticking to your healthy lifestyle 90% of the time, don't let that 10% put you down. Don't let that 10% of the time where you want a cheat meal, fast food, some cookies, some cake, pizza, anything that pleases the tongue. Don't let that start making you feel like you're a bad person, or that you can't do this, or, oh, now that I ate today, I might as well just eat every other day because I did it and I failed, I'm a loser. Like, don't have that mindset. That mindset is what's going to keep you back. That mindset is what's going to keep you from progressing. Okay, yeah, I allowed myself Sunday, back on Monday. We're now Monday, we're dialed in again. And if you know that you're going to, cheat on your meals, if you know that you're going to enjoy yourself a little bit, then that makes it already easier, because you have those, and I don't like to call it cheat meals because it's not cheating, it's just lifestyle, right? Like, you want to enjoy your lifestyle, you want to enjoy your life, you don't want to be so restrained from eating what you please. Obviously, we don't want to indulge, because when we start indulging is when we, get off track, and that's when we get that gut. But having the right harmony with healthy, whole, God-made foods, mixed with a little, cakes, cookies, and other shit like that. So the first thing that you need to remember is the mindset aspect of it. You're not going to wake up with a six-pack. You might be going 2-3 weeks at a time without nothing being seen directly physically in the mirror. And this has happened to me all the time. Like, even now where I'm like on my last 7 pounds that I need to lose, I'll look in the mirror for 2 weeks, 1 week, second week, and then on the 14th, or even the 12th to 13th day of the second week, I'm looking at myself, I'm like, bro, I've made no progress, this sucks, I should just give up. But then on the 14th day, all of a sudden I'm like, oh, there's that oblique, oh, there's that fourth ab, I didn't see that ab before. Right? It's going to take time, but you constantly looking at yourself in the mirror, remember, your mind is just going to become adaptive and used to it. So pictures, and just keep going, keep battling through it. Remember, numbers don't lie. If you stay on that deficit long enough, you will get the results that you were looking for. And yeah, I think that mostly covers it. If you guys are new, make sure to subscribe. I make fat loss so simple that even a baby could do it. I make fitness fun and enjoyable. I teach you how to introduce it into your lifestyle where it can be a good thing to look forward to rather than a burden. Check out the free things that I have linked down below. I got a free newsletter that I post roughly monthly on about my updates, like a blog almost. And then my free video course plus guide. It's like a mindset fat loss course, basically how I'm losing 35 pounds and how I've helped others lose 35 pounds. And then also like a mindset guide to keep you on track and keep you moving forward. And then of course, if you're ready to invest into fitness coaching, it's the first link above, and I'll help you and teach you how to change your life for the better. Remember, I'm going to leave you like I always do. Create more than you consume. Serve others. Love everyone. Peace.